could all please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Village Board regular meeting today, Tuesday, November 19th. Everyone, if you don't have an agenda, they're on the front table. Just a few announcements, and then I'd just like to read a statement, if possible. This Saturday, November 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., with the rain date of Sunday, 11/24, we're having the third annual Walk for Our Heroes. Please come join us celebrating David Pritchett, a hometown hero who served in the United States military and recently retired from our own Washingtonville Police Department. Again, we start at Vern Allen Park at 10 o'clock, and we will be walking up to Fireman's Memorial. December 7th is the village Christmas parade. It's also the day of Whoville. I believe Whoville starts at noon or 2? 3. I would have been early. 3. With the parade starting at 6. I have an announcement. I'd just like to read. It's quite long, so I'll read it quick. We're finally on the move, cleaning the center of the village square. The design was necessary due to years and years of neglect, which has affected the historic police booth. The police booth has been taken over to the woodshop class at our high school and has been refurbished. Some work still needs to be done on it, including a new coat of paint. Trees in the square had to be removed. 2 trees had to come down because they were planted in mulch. There was approximately 2.5 feet of that mulch in some areas in the square. The area will be cleaned and ready for Whoville and the Christmas parade on December 7th. The lampposts that were removed will be relocated to the Vern Allen Park, leading a path to the dog park, which is presently under construction. I'm understanding that some residents and some non-residents of the village are unhappy about the progress being made here in the village. I'll be the first to acknowledge that my desire to beautify the village has taken longer than ever expected. My apologies go out to residents who feel the village has been an embarrassment to you or the visitors to your homes. The village is under construction. Sewell Park, across from the middle school, was being worked on by a volunteer committee, and I thank them for their hours well spent. That committee was set up by a trustee who is no longer on the village board. Having reviewed the material and content proposals being made from that committee would never have been accepted by FEMA. As it stands now, FEMA has asked the village to complete all requirements be met prior to proceeding with developing an open space area. When these properties were obtained by the village, certain requirements needed to be met. A meeting with myself and a representative from FEMA determined that these requirements were not met. Previous village board members signed off on that. All requirements were met, which simply was not the truth. The village has received the monies. The village now has a responsibility to visit all the properties, meet all the necessary requirements, or face enormous fines. What I did with FEMA representatives, we toured the village FEMA lots and found that there were still concrete piers in the ground that needed to be removed. There's still a driveway. There's still a tennis court. There's still foundations that were never completely removed or taken 2 feet below grade. So as it stands now, if we don't make these corrections, we're going to be looking at some pretty hefty fines from FEMA. Okay, We have some new business resolution, public assembly permit, hot chocolate run, which takes place in February. You saw the map of what they were doing, Chief?
The hot chocolate run?
What I would like to do with this resolution, as well as the other resolutions regarding the public assembly permit, working on a form, it's taken much longer than I thought, to have all the necessary departments sign off on them, starting with the ambulance, the fire department, DPW, and then it should come to the village board for final approval. I'm sorry, I didn't say police, I'm sorry, and police. This way, everyone knows what's going on within the village, what time everything is happening in the village, and there's no, hopefully that would lessen the miscommunications that have been going on for some time. So we have the chocolate run, hot chocolate 5K through the village of Washingtonville, February 2nd. Yeah, so we need insurance certificate on it. This has been going on for some, it's only a day of insurance in the past. But we also need a map of where they're going. So we need a map, insurance, and everyone to sign off on it, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty good, right?
That's
Thank
pretty
you. I think we learned a lesson from Washingtonville. I'll tell you what. But I will tell them about Cameron's Lane. Country Kids Food Pantry?
So we're tabling this?
Yes, until we receive it. Okay. Should say Village of Washingtonville. And that's September 5th, okay. This was a short one, I don't believe they were, you guys were notified, the police department, right?
Last year, they just told us about it like 2 weeks in advance, so we already had something planned that day. Just remember that date very close to the color run, it's usually September. And this year, they're asking for at least 12 roads to be shut down. It's definitely a big task for us to do. I'm always open to do whatever we have to do, but I think a lot of time when the events committee or whoever's planning these things don't have any input from the police department or anybody else, they just plan what they want, and we have to kind of go with what they have. So we've had no input on this. Just looking at the map for one example, they have it ending Ahern closer to Route 94, which would be a problem. So I would at least try to stop it at Burn Allen Park, so this way traffic from 94 could go into Newcastle or Stone Ridge.
Yeah, I think the reason that it went beyond the entrance to Burn Allen was to get I think you can answer this too, Dennis, to get the actual miles.
Yeah, but then we have to, if we do
No,
that, we
I'm
do
not
have to
saying
shut down
start it.
94.
Maybe went around the parking lot once, and then start.
Just something to consider.
Okay, but again, as soon as everyone signs off, so this will be tabled also. And we have plenty of time between now and September. Bloomingdale Chamber of Commerce, we have the Christmas parade. Have you looked at the
It's the
incident?
same as last year, it's okay.
Enclosed is the action plan. We don't have an action plan for who, if we need one. action plan for Whoville. Just go with this one.
What time does that start? 3 o'clock?
Right.
3 o'clock? No, it's okay. Do they do the own public assembly permit for that? Is that incorporated, I think the parade is separate.
The parade is separate, yeah, we need to get something from. So that could be the first one that we circulate through all departments. Let's see the insurance here. No, the insurance. It's an incident plan, but I'm seeing insurance.
Is it listed on the action form?
Well, this one covers of the essence, let's say, resolution, condition that they supply insurance.
Yeah.
Because this is very round out line.
Well, we still have the same thing. Second reading for this, or we want to go passing it based on insurance?
I think we can pass it based on insurance, when we go, it's full meet either way.
Okay, so the resolution, based on receiving insurance.
Thank you for the report.
Trustee Brewer?
Yes.
Trustee Sampson?
Yes.
Trustee Weaver?
You're on, I'll talk to you later in the week.
Yeah, thanks. Deputy Mayor Now?
Yes.
Trustee Leonard? So we have to contact, all these.
Someone took it over this year, so that's why I've already asked him for that, so he said he would provide it. But you can pass the case upon position.
Okay, we pack the resolution for Route 94 closure.
Can we talk about it for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. So, years ago, there was a flood mitigation study done, and one of the key projects that were identified was the culvert on Route 94 right next to Abraham Road, and the fact that Route 94 is below the 100-year floodplain. So when Boone backs up, 94 is impassable. So as part of this, we went to the DOT and said, hey, we want to close Route 94 when we're replacing the culvert, and they said, no, we're not doing it. So we stopped and we built a road, or designed a road next to the road, a bypass, and it basically doubled the cost of the project, and it became untenable. The government's Office of Storm Recovery is funding this project, and with the price being at $2 million, over $2 million, we couldn't do both this project and the other project. So we had to make a choice, or we had to convince DOT to let us close Route 94. We went back to them and they said, yeah, you can do it, but to do this, you gotta have both the town and the village pass a resolution saying that you're okay with the detour, and that, and you're okay with closing the road for a short term. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a contract to begin in summer, right after school closes. The contractor can't start until the culvert's on site, because these things take a long time to get. And box culvert, dig the hole, close the road, dig the hole, get the culvert in, and again, we're raising Route 94, so we're gonna raise one lane. We're gonna get the road open to one-lane traffic within a month, hopefully, contractors. And then go about and close the other half, raise the other half of the road and then be able to get the road open. But again, I need a resolution from both the village and the town saying that you accept this and are ready to go ahead with this. So.
Now the culvert lays in Blooming Grove, the town of Blooming Grove, right?
Yes, it's right at the line.
Let's see it in the village, and certainly don't too.
These things don't take a long time. I'd like to help you. What's your name?
John's arrested.
And when you close 94, you'll keep it open to local traffic.
Well, there'll be several detours, and one of the detours is using Woodcock Road.
But I mean, to local right along 94, the house next to.
Right, we'll have to have access to that, yeah, they'll
Right.
have to be able to get in and out of those. There's the two driveways that are actually gonna be in that raising section, so we'll have to get permission from both the landowners to, I think we can work out a way to get them inside the construction area. So yes, we've taken that into consideration. Again, DOT, we initially were gonna use Clove Road for truck detours, and the DOT said they don't like that, having separate detours for trucks and cars, because truck drivers like to use GPS and end up taking side roads that they're not intended to be on, so. We're pushing for, the DOT is pushing for us to use Woodcock Mountain Road as the detour for both trucks and cars. Again, this is short-term, we're gonna keep this road closed only as short as possible. There'll be language in the contract to promote them to do it as quick as possible.
Did you get with the bridge on Locust, a weight limit on that?
I did not see a weight limit in the sign on it, so, again, so I mean, we sat there with the DOT and basically went around with Google Earth looking